Live from London, this is BBC News. I'm Karin Giannone. Air raid sirens sound in Ukraine's capital as neighbouring Poland scrambles its fighter jets over the latest Russian bombardment. 2025 is likely to be the UK's hottest year since records began.
There's never been anything like these ships.
The US president unveils plans for a fleet of heavily armed battleships to be named after himself. And Donald Trump says the US may keep or sell Venezuelan oil as it pursues a third tanker.
And I'm Lukwesa Burak. Coming up in the business news, as Bitcoin slides after a strong year, gold just keeps going up. We'll be taking a look back at a big year and contrast the two different assets.
And still have presents to buy for Christmas? You're not alone. Some people haven't even started. We'll take a look at the growing trend for last-minute purchases here in the UK. Hello, the Met Office says 2025 is on course to be the hottest year ever recorded in the UK. Temperatures between Christmas and New Year are expected to dip, meaning there's some doubt about the final figures. Our climate editor, Justin Rowland, has more. Still to come. Just 2 days to go. Some people haven't even started their Christmas shopping. If you find that reassuring, we'll look at the growing trend for leaving it to the last minute here in the UK. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. A man in Wiltshire charged with 56 sexual offences, including multiple counts of rape against his ex-wife, is due to appear before magistrates later. 5 other men have also been accused of crimes against his former wife, Joanne Young, who's waived her legal right to anonymity. In December, and very few degrees above zero. Lukwesa,
would you do it?
Look, I do like a cold sea to dip in, but this is a bit too extreme for me.
Yeah.
I probably peter out with my confidence in about October. That's it.
It's reasons.
Would you do it?
I've done Geneva, Lake Geneva.
What was it like?
In blazing sunshine.
Was it still cold?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was quite warm. But we went in there to cool off, you know. Central Europe gets very, very warm. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Have you done your Christmas shopping?
That is a mixed picture. Yes, some of it, most of it.
Okay.
But I'm having a kind of last minute panic. Even though I vowed I would not be going all out on stockings this year, the children complained. Of course, it's nothing to do with me. It's still Father Christmas. They're over 16. But so I'm kind of a bit confused at the moment.
Well, there's a lot of work that goes into helping us late shoppers with 2 days to go.
Yeah.
The real work is actually done, of course, by the elves, and it starts the day that Christmas ends.
Okay.
So we're talking about logistics.
Okay.
The logistics and the supply chains that help us, or rather get everything on those shelves and ready for us. That work starts, the real magic is spun months and months before the big day.
By the elves?
Yeah, by the elves.
Of course it's by the elves.
Of course, yeah.
Sleighs, not
Rudolph
lorries.
is fattened up, got him ready, just to help us lazy shoppers. So that's coming up in the business news.
Thank you, Lukwesa. We look forward to that and hearing all about it. And we will be coming back in a few minutes with more. See you soon.
Now on BBC News, the latest business news from across the globe. Business Today.
Cheesed off. China raises tariffs on dairy products from the European Union. So what's going on? Also, as Bitcoin slides after a strong year, gold just keeps going up. We're taking a look at what has been a big year and contrast the different assets. And Christmas comes, but only once a year. The planning, though, really begins a year in advance. We'll take a look at the logistics of making the festive season happen. Hello there, and live from London, this is Business Today. I'm Lukwesa Burak. We begin with the latest developments in global trade after China announced new tariffs, provisional duties of up to 42.7% on dairy products imported from the European Union. That was Justin Urquhart-Stewart and Glenn Goodman speaking to me earlier. Stay with us. Coming up, we will be talking about the logistics of making Christmas special. Just how long does it take to plan for that one day? Until then, we are around the world and across the UK. This is BBC News. OK, let's get some of the day's other news now from the business world. And the Trump administration has suspended leases for 5 East Coast offshore wind projects currently under construction. It points to national security risks identified by the Pentagon. The suspension, effective immediately, is the latest step by the administration to scale down offshore wind in a broader push against renewable energy sources. 2 weeks ago, a federal judge struck down President Trump's executive order blocking wind energy projects, calling it unlawful. Denmark's pharma giant Novo Nordisk has announced that its weight loss drug Wegovy has been approved in a pill form in the United States. The CEO announced that through daily use, it could help patients lose as much weight as the Wegovy injection. Christmas is almost upon us, and much like Santa and his hard-working elves, the festive season can often seem to be about managing logistics. OK, Ben, that's really interesting, and thank you very much for sharing the story of many of us don't only actually realise. And don't forget that you can get the latest business and economics news not only on Business Today but throughout the day online. Just follow the business news section of the BBC News website or app. Well, that's the business news for now. We're going to take a look at some of the papers with Karin shortly. Karin?
And the sport. Lukwesa, thank you very much. If you've just joined us, good morning to you. It's 9 minutes to 8. Time for a check on the sports. First of all, the last time Mo Salah scored was for Liverpool on the 1st of November. After that, he felt he was blamed by the club for poor results and subsequently lost his place on the team. But pulling on his Egypt shirt at the Africa Cup of Nations last night seemed to give him a new lease of life as he was back to being the creative talisman for his team. Well, those are the main sports stories this morning. Don't forget, there is all the latest on the sport throughout the day. That's on the BBC Sport website and app. I'll have the headlines at 8, but first let's get a check on the weather. Live from London, this is BBC News. I'm Karin Giannone. Russia launches a fresh wave of strikes across Ukraine, killing at least 2 people and triggering neighbouring Poland to scramble its fighter jets. 2025 is likely to be the UK's hottest year since records began.
There's never been anything like these ships.
The US president unveils plans for a fleet of heavily armed battleships to be named after himself. He also says the US may keep or sell Venezuelan oil as it pursues a third tanker.
And And I'm Lukwesa Burak, coming up in the business news shortly. As Bitcoin slides after a strong year, gold keeps going up and up. We'll be taking a look back at a big year and contrast the two different assets.
And still have presents to buy for Christmas? You are not alone. Some people haven't even started. We'll take a look at the growing trend for last-minute purchases here in the UK. Hello. Russia has launched a fresh wave of attacks across Ukraine. Officials say at least 2 people have been killed and there are widespread power cuts across the country. Let's show you some pictures from the Vyshhorod region just outside the capital, Kyiv. Ukraine's emergency services say this attack on a house killed a 76-year-old woman and has left 3 others injured, including a 16-year-old. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. Let's bring you more information on what's been going on in Ukraine. At least 2 civilians have been killed in overnight Russian air attacks across Ukraine. A 76-year-old woman confirmed dead after her house hit outside Kyiv. A 73-year-old resident of another place in western Ukraine. Let's update you on what's been going on in Ukraine over the last few hours. The massive, as it's been described, Russian missile and drone attack, mainly on energy infrastructure, power cuts right across Ukraine, according to the energy operator. But there have been fatalities. A 3rd fatality reported in Ukraine, a 4-year-old child killed in the overnight Russian air attack in a central region. We'll be speaking to Vitaly Shevchenko very soon. You're with BBC News. I'm Karin Giannone. The headlines. Ukraine says it's suffering widespread power cuts after another night of Russian air attacks. A 4-year-old child is among 3 people reported to have been killed. The US president has unveiled plans for a fleet of heavily armed battleships to be named after himself. 2025 is likely to be the UK's hottest year since records began. Also coming up, as Bitcoin slides after a strong year, gold keeps going up. We'll take stock of a roller coaster year with Lukwesa coming up shortly. Well, before that, let's go back to our main story. Russia's strikes across Ukraine, officials saying that they have killed at least 3 people. We can go to our Russia editor for BBC Monitoring, Vitaly Shevchenko. Vitaly, the scale of this looks pretty huge. Vitaly, thank you very much. Vitaly Shevchenko, Russian editor at BBC Monitoring. Let's catch up now with the business news. Here's Lukwesa with the top stories. Hello.
Hello, Karin. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, and very good morning to you. And we begin in the United States, where a large amount of data on the health of the world's largest economy will be released later today. Much delayed growth numbers for the July to September quarter should provide investors with some solid. And that was Justin Urquhart-Stewart and Glenn Goodman speaking to me earlier. That's your business news, Karin.
Lukwesa, thank you very much. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And see you too.
See you in January.
See you on the other side.
Now, Bethlehem is known globally as the birthplace of Christ. It also sits in the occupied West Bank at the heart of one of the world's most intractable conflicts. Since the war in Gaza that followed the 7th of October Hamas-led attack, BBC I has documented staff and mothers. Jane McCubbin on board the Santa Special. Now, the thought of plunging into near-freezing water in the middle of winter may seem extreme, but for many, it's part of their routine. Let's show you the world-famous Lake Geneva in the Swiss city. They're not exactly having to break the ice to get in to have a dip, but there are certainly wintry conditions there in Geneva. The hardy swimmers follow strict rules in the water. That means they can stay in the lake for 1 minute for every degree that the water is above 0 Celsius. Organisers say the sessions are popular all year round and the winter months are very popular indeed.
Hello there. Christmas is fast approaching